Welcome back to Half Moon's Picks. This is week 10 in the NFL, and guess what? The most popular game right now in 2018 is a game called Fortnite. They have teamed up with the NFL, and you can actually pick your favorite team on a Fortnite skin. That's why they make it so popular. They've teamed up with like Samsung in the past with their Galaxy. See, I got my Galaxy skin on. And they also did like World Cup skins. And this time they're going to do the same, similar to that World Cup skin. They're going to have a male and female. I think they're going to call one quarterback, one wide receiver. And what you do, you go in and edit your skin, whatever team you like, and then you play with that. And of course, I'll be showing off my Detroit Lions skin to show the Fortnite community how well I play this game. Yeah. Last week I went 5-2. 5-2. I went 2-2 on my picks, my video picks. I told you to pick Kansas City and Carolina. Both those two teams covered. I told you to pick Denver, my third pick, with that last minute trade. They didn't fall through. They also missed the game winning field goal at the end. So it just dumpster fire of a game. And my upset pick was Green Bay. And they just, I don't know, at the end they were down. They kept up with New England the whole game, and then just fell apart at the end and just showed no kind of effort to try to win the game. I don't know if it's me. I know the Patriots defense isn't that great to stop Aaron Rodgers, but obviously they did. So, and I gave you 3 under and overs on my Twitter. All 3 of those cashed. Give me a 5-2 last week. Perfect. My leans went 1-3 with leans. I'm changing that section at the end of the video. I'm going to now talk about every single game, and I'll give you my leans on that on there, and talk about each one. I know a lot of people like the Waterboy report that was in last week. Thanks for having me. It was a great show we had last week. And that's what we're going to do, similar to his style, just give you a rundown of all the games. See how that plays out. If you don't like it or do like it, let me know in the comments below. And if you want to follow me on my Twitter and get those extra picks, it's links below as well. It's HalfMooner and the number 2. All right, week 10, let's get the ball rolling. My 4th pick of the week, my upset pick of the week, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars traveling to the Indianapolis Colts. The Jacksonville Jaguars are a 3-point dog, and these two teams are pretty much even on paper. Both the teams are 3-5. Jacksonville is 1-2 on the road. Indianapolis is 1-2 at home. Jacksonville's 0-2 in the division, where Indianapolis is 0-1 in the division. Last year when these two teams met, Jacksonville beat them 27-0. Of course, they didn't have Andrew Luck at all. Colts seem to be playing a little bit well. Basically, this 3-point goes to the home team. Will Jacksonville get it together? We'll find out next week. I'm assuming so, since they lost a string of games. And I believe they could, take on the Colts. They're one of the worst teams in the NFL. Andrew Luck is struggling. So give me Jacksonville +3. My 3rd pick of the week is the Arizona Cardinals traveling to the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs are a 17-point favorite. And basically, this is a lot of points. That's why I ranked it down to 3rd. Kansas City seems to be the number 1 ATS play of the week. And that's about it. They cover the spread every week. Arizona's averaging around 14 points a game. Their highest they've ever scored was against San Francisco. If they played San Francisco every week, they'd be undefeated. But they scored 28 points in one game against San Francisco. Averaging points of the Chiefs are 36 points. They scored 37 against the Browns last week. So basically, if you took this, you're like, why is this spread 17? Probably be so high. It's the highest they've had all year. Well, they had that Minnesota-Buffalo game. I think that was 16, wasn't it? But, if you took the average of both teams, you got Kansas City 37 versus 14, it should be a 23-point spread. And you factor in Kansas City's playing at home, so that's another 3 points. So take the 23 plus the 3, and you got a 26-point spread. Obviously, there's no such thing as a 26-point spread, but it's still 10 points over the current spread. So give you Kansas City minus 17. My number 2 pick of the week, we got the New Orleans Saints travelers to the Cincinnati Bengals. New Orleans Saints are a 4.5 point favorite. Basically, New Orleans 4-0 on the road, ATS wise. They're on a 7-game win streak. Cincinnati is just, they're 3-1 at home. They're just coming off a bye, but they're 2-2 ATS wise at home. And they just, coming off a bye right before the bye week, they just barely beat Tampa Bay by a field goal. And here, New Orleans just, totally dominated against the Rams last week. 4.5 points is really low for me. I'm taking the Saints minus that 4.5. And my number 1 pick of the week, we got the Atlanta Falcons traveling to the Cleveland Browns. The Atlanta Falcons are a 4-point favorite. And looking at this low score, 4 points is absolutely nothing in today's age. You got the average point per game on the Atlanta Falcons is 28. And then you got the average score of the Cleveland Browns is astounding 21, which is actually pretty good. So that'd be a 7 point, minus the 3. Yeah, I get it, 4 points, but last week Cleveland did score the 21, and I think, Atlanta, if they want to stay within the race, they're going to have to win this game, and they got to keep up with the rest of their team, like Carolina and the Saints in that division, hopefully make a wild card spot. So give me the Falcons on the road to beat Cleveland. Welcome to the end segment of this video. This is basically where I'm just going to briefly talk about the NFL, basically, and I'll run down all the games and give you my leans on top of that. I know the NFL has lost, what was it, Vegas lost $10 million, I heard, just in the casinos on how many favorites covered last week. Like Chicago, Miami was one of them, New England, Kansas City. All those teams covered, and it just broke the Vegas bank. Good for the public this week. Hopefully that trend continues, as I like a lot of the favorites this week. Let's do a quick rundown. Thursday night game. We got Carolina getting 5.5 points at Pittsburgh. Thursday, the last 3 weeks, I've noticed the trend on Thursday night games. The favorites has always covered, especially when they're the home team. The home teams, you don't have to travel far, it's a short week. It's really hard for the visiting team. So I'm taking Pittsburgh minus 5.5 on this one is one of my leans. Next, we got Buffalo plus 8 with the New York Jets. Yeah, I'm staying away from this game. I don't trust the Jets to score 8 points, let alone, in a divisional game. Buffalo plus 8 will probably be the best, if I do bet it. But I'm not giving it a lean, but that's just too many points for the Jets. There's just no way. See, Atlanta, Cleveland, that's my first pick. New Orleans, my second pick. Washington, getting 1 point at Tampa. I like Tampa on this one, even though their defense is not that great. Fitz tragic to Fitz magic. It goes by quarter, so you just don't know. It's hard to say. Washington, I know, wants to stay on top of that division, but lost last week. But Tampa Bay, they're just fighting to keep their job. So I kind of like Tampa Bay at home on this one, but I'm not giving that lean either. So I got 3 leans this week. This Thursday night game. It's going to be the Sunday night game and the Monday night game. So see. New England at Tennessee. New England's favored by 7. Tennessee played excellent football on Monday. Their defense was top notch. They held Dallas to only 14 points, and their offense didn't look so bad either. So I mean, they're at home and they're getting 7 points. That's not a bad deal, to take Tennessee plus that 7. I like New England straight up, but Tennessee. I'm probably taking the points if I do bet this game. So, see, Miami plus 8 at Green Bay. Miami's defense is so bad. And here, Green Bay at home lost their 2 road games. And they got a losing record. The first time I think Aaron Rodgers I've ever seen a losing record. But at the end of that Patriots game, I'm not seeing any effort. Do they want to tank the rest of the season? I don't know. But I'm thinking, Green Bay plus that 8, minus that 8 points to beat a Miami team that's horrible on the road and a bad defense. So the Green Bay minus 8 is not a bad play here. I see the next. I got to see Jacksonville is my upset pick of the week. Detroit at Chicago. Detroit 7-point dog. I've never seen Detroit 7-point dog against Chicago, who we've beaten the last 9 out of 10 times or something like that. It's coaching staff. I don't get it. It's Bill Belichick wannabe, changing the game plan every freaking week, just like Bill Belichick does to match the opponent. He played great, 3 games, and then the next 2 games played horrible. These screen passes behind the line of scrimmage, he's cutting it. Just throw the ball downfield, keep the defense honest, Like, if they're coming up, you throw that ball long, man. And you just get them back a little bit so you can play that short game. They don't do that. It's unbelievable. Our defense is playing crap. The offense is horrible. Matt Stafford off the mark. He gets sacked 10 times because he holds on to the ball forever. And our offensive line trying to, it's kind of struggling, but they're doing their best, but when your quarterback holds the ball forever, and then the run game was good, 158 yards in Miami, but after that, we threw 9 run plays the next game. It's a special team. Prater's probably the best kicker in the league. That's why he's the only one scoring points. I don't get it. Chicago's playing on top of their game. It's 7 points. Detroit back-to-back road games, divisional game. Chicago, it's a low-scoring game. I like the under so far, but I don't know. It's a tough one. 7 points, swallow. I'd probably take my favorite team, Detroit Lions, plus a 7. Not a lean though, that's for sure. Let's see, Kansas City was my 3rd pick of the week. You got the Chargers at Oakland. 10 points, divisional game. Chargers are back-to-back. Oakland, but man, Oakland's tanked. They gave away even if they, show any signs of improvement, they get rid of that player. So the Chargers minus 10 would probably be the best play. As Oakland Raiders, I think you're cashing in. Gruden's in for the long haul, and just looking towards the future. You got a 10-year contract. You said in 10 years I'm going to Super Bowl. But right now I'm just going to build myself some players, get rid of the ones I don't want, and keep a quarterback we can keep till he's 40. So there you go from there. So I'm taking the Chargers, who want to stay on top of the division, or try to play catch up with the Chiefs. So yeah, it's not a lean though, but these are a high point spread. But I'm liking the Chargers on that one. See, the next would be Seattle plus 10 at the Rams. Rams at home. Another divisional game, 10 points. My goodness. Seattle's played pretty good the last couple games. They're kind of keeping it close with Chargers last week, but fell short. Rams, lost in New Orleans last week. 10 points. Yeah, Rams at home. Yeah, I'd probably go with the Rams on this one. As you know, I thought they were the best team in the NFC, but now I'm thinking close to the Saints. Those two teams would probably be in the NFC Championship. So yeah, that, it's not a lean, but yeah, I kind of like the Rams. See Dallas plus 5.5 at Philadelphia. Divisional game. Philadelphia off their bye. Dallas on a short week, traveling to, cross country to Philadelphia. Only a 5.5 points. Why didn't I pick this in my video pick, which is a divisional game? So I try to stay away from those, unless they're an upset or something. But I like Philadelphia a lot on this, and that's definitely a strong lean on that. With only 5.5 points. Dallas, they just can't get it clicking. Now they got a losing record. So. See, in the Monday night game, we got the New York Giants, who was off a bye week at San Francisco. San Francisco is a 2.5 point spread. Usually you get 3 point on home. Giants traveling cross country to California. And San Francisco, is it Mullins or whatever is the quarterback? I never heard of the guy. He did exceptionally well last week. I'm really liking that, and the Giants. They cashed it in. They're not playing all that. They got a strong run game. But Eli Manning, nah. So my third lean is the San Francisco minus the 2.5 points. Even if they win by a field goal, or even if it gets bumped up to a field goal, still you get a push. But I'm liking San Francisco for the Monday night game. So that is it for the week. Check out my sponsors if you need a sports book, Bovada, link below. And if you want to watch the games for $10 a month on your computer or your cell phone, you can check that out at KStreams. And visit the NFL Prognosticators. I also put in the Fortnite trailer in that Facebook group. Link is below, plus many other prognosticators below. Who are a great bunch of guys. We're in chat channels, we're in the fantasies, we're in the pools, and we have all kinds of fun. If you want to have lots of fun and on your Sundays, on your day off like I do, please check out those guys. They're great. So I will see you next week, and I hope you like the longer format. I'll see ya. Peace out. You enjoy placing a few bucks on your favorite team? Maybe try your hand at cards or on the slot. Use me as a reference and click the link in the description below and receive a new member bonus and help support this channel. Bovada, just better. IPTV service with over 2,000 channels, HD and 4K, VOD, PPV, and the Sunday Ticket. 24/7 channels and so much more. All this starting at $10 a month. Go to halfmoon.kstreams.tv to sign up, find out more.